Welcome to the track guide for week 3, season 1, 2026, the Cadillac CTS-V at Road Atlanta. So we're in 5th gear going over the line. Just before, like normal in most cars, I would be braking just as I'm going into this wee gap in the grass here. This car being a bit heavier and not quite as efficient, have to back up the braking marker a little bit. Go down to 4th, we're braking around the 100, not really wanting to upset the car by going left to go right, just trailing small amount of brake into keeping it on, trying to not hit the curb but just be next to the curb. And as you've hit the apex, you can start to accelerate out towards the exit. Again, not hitting that curb either. Staying left up to the blind approach here to whatever turn number this is. I don't know if this is turn 2 and then the right hand is 3 or what it counts as. So with coming up here, just as you start to go up the rise, I'm starting to ease off the gas, starting to use a little brake. What I try to do is to put my car onto this curb. You see there's no pedal interaction here. It's a case of floating the car up here. I want to be on here because the end of the curb is my reference point to turn in. So I will go down to 3rd gear. When I get to the end of the curbing, I turn in, because even as late as that, you still can't see the entry to this corner. Then we're going down to 3rd. I do use a button for a clutch here, give it an extra blip, because I feel that sometimes the auto blip in this car doesn't blip enough, and I'd rather maintain car balance and have it get upset and get loose for braking. You see, just as I get to the end of the curb, then start putting wheel input in. Want to do is to get about that much, about half, get just over half your car over here. That will be a 1x. This is how to, it's about the maximum you can take right there and still being legal. And no pedal input while we're riding the curb like that. And once the car's down and settled, you can get into the throttle, full throttle, but then you're sort of playing with the throttle all the way down through this S's section. You'll see it go down, up, just trying to, I guess, keep the car as tight as possible around here, but also maximizing speed at the same time. Up to full throttle, easing off a bit on turn in here. You want to get nice and tight here. This curb, you can try and sort of straight line these next 2 curbs. So I'm not worried about this part of the curb, but I'm trying to straight line this part. Then getting onto it there, riding it. You can do so at full throttle, it's not a problem. Then again, just not too worried about this front part, but trying to line up on that next part. And that's roughly where you're looking to start braking to when you get to this curb. See? Braking, making the track as wide as possible. Down to 3rd. Don't like taking a lot of this curb because that can throw you out to this wall over here, which is ideal. I might just clip it, just touch it a little bit. On exit, you can take a lot of this curb, you can even go all the way over it, like so. That is fine, as long as you get back onto the track surface where this road joins up to the track. As long as you're back by that point there, no 1x. So here I'm braking just before the 200. It's flat out in fourth. It's touch and go whether you hook fifth or not, but I just leave it in fourth, just a single down change. Braking there, down to third. Turning in. Nice and tight there. Accelerate out, put the left wheels onto this curb out here. Down to, once you're out there and you're straight, that's pretty much time to start braking this next corner. Down to second. You can take a little bit of that curb, aiming to get your left tyres onto this one on exit, as in carrying enough speed for that to happen naturally. You don't just drive out there. Pace should carry you out there. And just, this is the technical part, going flat out down the straight. So you do get into sixth just around this corner here. So on a GT3 you may well be braking here, but with this one, as you can see, I'm starting to brake here, easing into it. Probably start braking heavily around about here somewhere. So down to third. If you can, put your right side tyres on this curb here because it'll open up cane. With the entry, you can cut far more of it than what you think. You'll need to play around with it. But cutting this part and slowing for this part is crucial because that'll allow you to get a better angle to attack this part and to carry that speed all the way over the hill and down the front straight. So we sacrifice a little bit here in order to make up a huge amount there. As you can see, this is not a 1x. As long as your wheels stay just over the side of the white line, you're good to go. Gassed up briefly there and then back off to allow you to turn and attack this at a good angle. I'm going to get onto this curb, then drive out and put both left side wheels out on that curb. Flat out earlier, carry that speed and momentum. You want to try and angle over this way so as you, like that's where the line is, to allow you good angle to attack the last corner. In this car it is not flat, or I don't think it is. So I'm flat, but it does need a little bit of a lift. Just lifting here, and I do use a little bit of curb because the car is pushing quite bad there. It only just holds onto the track, the lift. That's a 20.928. And fifth is sort of just after the line. Go for a full speed cockpit lap. speed from chase. Hopefully that track guide was of use to you. All the best out on track. Any questions, let me know. I'll catch you in the next one.